Hello and welcome to the new Microsoft Surface Pro virtual launch event. We're very excited to have you here in our event today. We have very rich content that we prepared for you. My name is Onur Altıntaş. I'm leading the Microsoft Surface product marketing across Middle East and Africa. Now, I'd like to walk you through the agenda that we have prepared for you today. We will start with a great keynote session from Mr. Denis Klimashev, who will talk about the Microsoft Modern Workplace vision. And then we will go and do a deep dive into the new Surface Pro device that we will introduce you today. And that's the device that we're launching in this event together with you. And then we will do a parallel track session where we will walk through 4 different industries: finance, education, manufacturing, and retail. And then we will wrap up with a question and answer session. With this, I'd like to introduce Mr. Denis Klimashev for you. Welcome, Denis, to our session.
Thank you, Onur. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Glad to be here and glad to open this exciting event. It's an amazing product, but it's more than just a product. So what we want to talk to you today is really around our vision for the modern workplace. And this vision comes from our overall company mission of Microsoft to empower every organization and every individual on the planet to achieve more. As you can see, my name is Denis Klimashev. I look after the Windows and Devices group in the Middle East and Africa region. And I'll spend next 15 to 20 minutes talking to you about our vision for modern workplace, how modern workplace is changing, how the modern workplace in your organizations can take you to a different level of digital transformation. But before I start, I want to roll a short video to kind of put it all together for you and demonstrate, the capabilities of the modern workplace and the devices integrated and the technologies integrated into the modern workplace. Let's roll the video. Great. So as you can see in the video, that tomorrow's workplace starts today. So let's talk about today. We are experiencing the 4th industrial revolution. So we are actually all fortunate to live in this time, because over the years and over the centuries, technology has changed the way we live, and technology has actually influenced the way we progress, right, as a human race. So now, in the midst of 4th industrial revolution, we're seeing devices being connected. We're seeing information being passed through different types of devices, countries, geographies. So there is so much information, there is so much data, and there is so much possibility and ability to use that data to the better good. And also to improve our productivity, improve your productivity, improve organizational digital transformation. So this revolution actually is a cornerstone of any organization in any industry to really, really drive digital transformation. So as you can see, we were coming back from a classical age in IT organizations and environment where there are office spaces, where our environments, where our teams, we're working with individual offices. We're all used to this concept of, I walk in, I have my own office, I have my own meeting room, I have my own team, and I have my environment. Where we're going and where digital transformation and the modern workplace taking us is actually to give us ability to collaborate better, to create more ideas, to really include natural forces in our organizations to take them to the next step. So, and that is changing every day. Being an education, being a student, being a teacher, being a retail executive, being a financial services organization, airline pilots, everyone is affected by this change in the modern workplace. And like I said, if you look at today's workplace, you can see we kind of transformed from this office standalone environment to this kind of an open space environment. But does that open space foster creativity? Does that open space where you still have your own environment, your own technology, your own computer, and your own cubicle really helps you and your organizations to transform? We believe there is a new wave of the modern workplace, because this current, or what I would say past decade workplace, it's evolving, it's changing, and there is a real good need for that change. So if you look at the spaces around us, right, we as human, we want to interact, right? Everyone in your organization with different roles. There are multiple roles in different companies, which requires maybe individual attention, but there is a lot of requirements right now to share ideas, to express ourselves, and for individuals to express themselves to the organizations, to the leadership teams of organizations to do the think tanks and take the companies and governments forward. Right? So the modern workplace is changing for us, right? And there are some researches we have done with our partners in the markets. There are some researches some other organizations have done. And to our disappointment, and I think this is very important to share with everyone, is as you can see in these slides here, every third individual, out of 3 individuals in majority of organizations survey is actually kind of disengaged in their workplace, right? So they come to work, they do their work, they do their actions, or they do their tasks, but they're not really engaged. They're not really creating. They're not really consuming information. They're maybe not driving the business forward as much as they could. So in our view, we can change that. And with that, I wanted to introduce you to Microsoft 365 first. Microsoft 365, it's the great opportunity for organizations and individuals to really have a complete and intelligent and secure solution which will empower every employee, regardless of their status, regardless of their title, regardless of their tenure. It will empower the Generation X and Generation Y, and it will empower people with a lot of experience who's worked on different systems before. So we ensured we're taking care of everyone in an organization. And the 4 pillars of a Microsoft 365 modern workplace are unlocking creativity. And I'll take you through pillar by pillar, just giving you a little bit more details in terms of how each pillar can change you and your organizations into moving forward with digital transformation. Built for teamwork. Like I mentioned earlier, teamwork is absolutely essentials. Not only about collaboration, it's around how do we create, how do we share, how do we develop some new ideas fast enough to take them faster to markets, right? Of course, it has to be simple enough. We all know how many features and functions, how they might confuse our people. So how do we create the systems which are simple enough to empower that digital transformation? And of course, the 4th pillar, it's kind of one of my personal passions and something which I'm super focused right now, is integrated security. None of this can work if we do not have a robust, integrated end-to-end secure platform, because amount of data we're sharing, amount of people collaborating, their identity we need to protect, there are platforms we need to protect, the technologies we need to protect, devices we need to protect. So there's a lot of information we need to do around the protection, but we also need to ensure our environment is cohesive, and it also helps us to do the detection and response should any cyber attack happen. So with the introduction of Microsoft 365, let me really come to the real topic of today's launch, right? And at this time, I want to really bring it back to what Onur has introduced, is new Surface Pro device. We're extremely excited about this device. To us, it's a most versatile laptop we've ever built. It's built on experience. It's built on a previous learnings. It's built with the designs in mind to basically to adhere to every individual need. And of course, later during the day, we will actually tell you more about the device, about the scenarios, about the industries where the devices can be used and how they're changing the way people work. right? But again, like I said, new Surface Pro, it's out in our Middle East market. It's out there. Please go and check. Please connect with your teams, your Microsoft teams, our partners, to tell you more about the device. Go try it out. It's an amazing device. And again, like I said, we will show it to you. But the device itself, it's just a part of our story. Device itself, it's integral part of the modern workplace, because as you're going through the digital transformation, you really need all of the tools. You need a software, and you need a hardware, you need the people intellect, you need to have processes in place. So all of that comes together as part of the modern workplace. Now, let's talk about, first of all, the first pillar of the modern workplace. Let's talk about unlocking creativity. And again, and many people will ask, not all of us are creators, right? Not all of us are artists or graphic artists. And of course we understand that, right? But any task can be creative a task, right? Anything we do, even if we're doing simple spreadsheets, even if we're doing simple documents, even if we're doing a presentation, right? Even if we're doing an annotation, any role in any organization, for example, even a person who's using that environment in a banking, let's say the teller, everybody is creating something, right? There is a content being created, there's content being consumed. And unlocking this creativity with this device, it gives you amazing power of touch. So if it's easier to work with the device with the touch, power of ink. And we'll demonstrate you what ink can do, and not only to operate the device, but really how ink unlocks the productivity of any of the applications within this your software ecosystem and within Microsoft 365 platform. Now, in terms of visualization, when we need to visualize for the financial services or for any of the analysts, if they would like to see what is happening with the Power BI tools in their organization, how the device and how the technology kind of brings it all together. So it is built on experience of others as well. Why? Because like I said, we learn from our previous products. We learn from your feedback. All of the feedbacks coming through before, we take that in consideration and we improve the product and we try to bring even more satisfaction to you. If you can see from some of the statistics we've put here around the Surface Pro device, 91% of people said the Surface Pro helps them to be more creative. And like I said, creative in any types of ways. Again, not necessarily only artistic way, right? And 96% of people in organizations which we've surveyed in the Surface makes them more productive. And again, Onur later will take you through some different productivity scenarios, how this device, together with the modern workplace applications, can help you to become more productive. So that's unlocking your creativity, making you more creative, inspiring you. And for any organizations, I would like to maybe make a statement here. For when you're going and hiring people, when you're going hiring the current new capabilities into your organizations, this is what people want to see. You want people to come and work with the environment which is inclusive, the environment which is very intuitive, and that's what we offer with modern workplace and Surface devices. Now, let's take the second pillar. Let's talk about a very important concept of teamwork. Like we said, we've transitioned in majority of the global organizations, and definitely I see it in all of our customers in the Middle East and Africa. Majority of everyone is transitioning into this kind of open workplace where people come in, they have hot desks, or even if they have assigned desks, there's an open workplace there. We've transitioned to that to foster that collaboration between individuals. But is that enough, right? There is much more which can be done around collaboration. How easy it is if you're working on a concept, if you're designing or engineering or even creating a document or doing financial analysis, taking that device and just taking it around and showing to your colleague and start doing some work together, fostering that collaboration, right? That is what we're talking about, unlocking the power of the group. It's not about me, it's about we, it's about us, it's about group and group concepts. So in terms of what we offer as part of Microsoft 365, of course, enterprise-grade email. Email is still a key and mission-critical communication systems within our organizations. Voice, video capabilities with Skype for Business. Connecting everyone in organizations, company-wide, government-wide, countries-wide, geography-wide, together, right? For the fostering that collaboration and that teamwork. Of course, we want to share documents, like I mentioned, in real time. You want to ensure, if you want to quick feedback. If there is a document which you're posting on a website, if you're a government and you need to provide a new policy or update to the policy, how quickly you would like to provide that content and make sure different teams from different ministries or departments collaborate fast enough to develop or update this policy. This is what it does, right? Of course, we include Microsoft Teams, the new software, new team member of Office 365 suite, which is all part of Microsoft 365 Modern Workplace Technology Group, right? We include that to foster even more collaboration, chats, team sites, creating collaborative power presentations, creative content, developing content, sharing content, all of it in single place, so for all the people to be able to work together. And again, what we've looked at in our research specifically around our Surface devices is in the group of Surface companies or Surface products, the products really help. More than 50% of Fortune 500 companies really help to foster that teamwork and accelerate it much faster than any other organizations. So now moving to the third element, simplicity. Like I said earlier, it's very important to ensure the system is very easy to understand. The tools are very intuitive for everyone, from a beginner to an expert, for a CEO of organization, to an administrative person, to a receptionist, to a clerk in front of the customer. So the tools need to be super simple. And of course, first of all, they need to be up to date. Make sure it's automatically updated with our technology. We promise with Microsoft 365 biannual updates to ensure there is new functionality, to ensure there is a right level of security is built in. So they must be staying up to date. Of course, for the IT organization, so for people who are here and listening from IT departments, right, we need to ensure these systems in Microsoft 365 for Modern Workplace, it really helps you to deploy technology much faster. You don't want to go to every computer in your organization or every office. You want to make sure it's done from a central location using things like Azure Active Directory and group policy, and really empowering your employees, by deploying things to them seamlessly so it does not really affect them very much, right? Of course, with the move to the cloud, it's very important to have a cloud-based management. So from a single location, a single administrator or the security expert or the chief security officer can see the full landscape of company or educational institution or a government organization at the single screen, because you want to have this command and control type of environment in front of you so you can take actions if something to happen to your environment. So this is very much powered by cloud-based management, which is built in Microsoft 365. And of course, if you're looking at the studies which we have done and we've published, and of course we can share with you at any given time, is the total cost of ownership is from Microsoft 365 concept and tools it's much higher in terms of your savings are much higher than the cost of acquiring the systems. The payback periods, the return on investments are absolutely in line with the industry expectations. And of course, we worked with the respectable companies like Forrester and others, to do this type of studies. So now, of course, let's talk about the very, like I said previously, key element to me. And everything is important, in terms of the creativity, in terms of simplicity, in terms of productivity. But we need to be very clear. Security is a very, very big part of this. No system, will take you to the digital transformation, will give you those additional steps and accelerated steps towards digital transformation without right level of security, end-to-end integrated security. And why do I say that? Look, with the digital transformation, where everything is getting connected, Internet of Things is the IoT word is in every single conversation right now. You open any magazine, you open any website, you open any conversation, people talking about it. We're gonna have cameras being connected, the fridges being connected, cars being connected. Soon the mugs will get connected, right, to say how much coffee you have and how cold it is. But with all of that information, right, you need to ensure the data is been passing through is secure. Data is secure, your identity is secure, your device is secure, and the platform is secure. And as you can see again on the screen, there are actually hundreds and thousands and millions of different signals which are happening around us, right? Signals from single sign-on, signals for authentications, signals from a device, people logging in devices, data being encrypted, unauthorized access, people trying to hack into the networks, all of the different things create signals. And with Microsoft 365 and with together powered with by Surface, we have introduced Microsoft Intelligence Graph. What is Microsoft Intelligence Graph? It's taking information from different systems, from your end user computing environment, from your service system, from your email system, from the Azure cloud technologies, and giving you access to organizations to ensure you can see what is happening in the environment proactively, not reactively. You want to be proactive. If anything to happen, you want to stop it there and then. And we have all of these technologies built in. Windows Defender Advanced Threat Protection, Office Advanced Threat Protection, Azure Advanced Threat Protection. All of these technologies are built in and being presented to you in a single environment where we or you can take these decisions. You as a chief security officer, as chief information officer, IT organizations, even the business owners can take that decision, right? Being a small company or the large company. Looking at what we're doing in terms of the security as part of the modern workplace, if I take it, we protect identity, we protect application, data and devices. Right? Of course, we want to make sure data is manageable. We also want to make sure we protect the data and intellectual property of your devices. If you're a small business, this is what you do. This is your business. If somebody takes over your computer or your computing environment and really locks you out, your whole business is locked out, right? So we ensure there's a right level of technologies built in to support you in protecting your environment. And of course, in the recent development, there is a big drive by European Union around general data protection requirements, which all organizations who are dealing with European Union companies and trading in European Union has to be addressed. We also ensure that's built in Microsoft 365 a solution powered by Surface. So now, having said all of that, let me maybe do a quick summary. And like I said, the Microsoft 365 modern workplace, it's not individual products. It's a single solution. It's an end-to-end solution which powered by a Surface Pro device and Surface family of devices, which has the intelligence built in around security, which is easy to deploy and manage, which is always up to date. It gives you the insight. It fosters productivity, it fosters creativity, and it is built for the teamwork. With that, what I would like to say again, to go back where I have started, our mission is Microsoft to empower every organization and individual on the planet to achieve more. And I truly believe personally, with this device, with this technology, with Microsoft Modern Workplace, we're really living our mission. And I'm living our mission, and I really thank you all for being here today. And again, I hope you have a great day. I hope you participate in the sessions. We're really looking for your Q&A, questions and answer sessions. We're here for you, and thank you very much from me.